Hello, hello, hello. So once again, this is East West Connect. I am your host, Hella Fly La,
I am Callie.
and we are back with just some shit we got to say. There's a lot going on and a lot of time to talk about it.
Yes. So we would definitely like your opinion on what you all think chicken Alfredo music is. Do you think that this is just a racist dog whistle or is it actual music? Now,
What
some
is chicken Alfredo music?
some have defined it on Twitter/X. I'm not really gonna say that as music that is male centered, music that is bird music. Chicken Alfredo music would be things like Blotto, like Summer Walker, like
Male centered music?
male centered. You just all you're rapping or singing about is men and what they think and how they feel and things like that. Coming off,
So are we rating Walker's album because it just came out?
it did. And I enjoyed, some of it. I'm glad that she listened to her fans and took that on Anderson Paak, whatever, however you say his name.
Anderson Paak?
Yeah,
Paak?
off of the 1-800, song. It
when
sounds
it
excellent
came
without
out, I was
him.
like, is this Kendrick?
It very much gave Kendrick, and it was very weird. The cadence in which he was rapping and stuff like that. So shout out
I
to
liked her album. I didn't listen to it entirely.
It's 1-800 Heartbreak is the name of the song.
Yeah.
But yes, thank you to Summer for considering fans and releasing it just with her singing.
Mm-hmm.
And one thing that we cannot take away from her, chicken Alfredo music or not, is that her pen works. She really does write wonderful music, sing wonderful music.
Right, but it seemed like this time she was saying that she's over the heartache. So
Yes.
maybe she's getting
It's showing growth. Maybe she is getting away from chicken Alfredo music. She might be.
I think so.
She might be.
I think so. So what was the name of the song with Lotto on it? Lotto and Doja. Because Lotto's been going crazy.
She had been, but she's actually stopped now because
she was like, they changed her verse, but when they put it next to the actual verse, I didn't see the difference.
The name of the song is Go Girl, but she's changed her tune.
I'm in my go, yeah, you go girl. Yes. Yeah, I like that.
She changed her tune on that because it is
I posted that to one of my exercises.
People like the song. It is actually a good song, and she's realizing that this is generating buzz and a hit. So, she stopped.
Oh, so now she got quiet.
Yes.
But it's like, I just wish, like, okay, so they didn't really change it, but you act like they took away from how great you are as a rapper. And for the life of me, I don't even think she wrote that verse. Sounds like someone I know.
It does, but we'll leave that up to, you guys to see or not see.
Sounds like Drizzy Drake to me.
Allegedly.
Sounds
like him.
Yeah.
But I will say that Doja was excellent as always. That's another person I wish was not problematic because she's really, really, really talented. She really is.
I love Doja.
But
she got a lot with her.
Yes.
But she comes from a blended family, so that's to be expected.
It is. And that's the type of stuff that, do I want to separate the art from the person? Because back in the day, we did not know so much about celebrities. We didn't know about Michael Jackson and Whitney. Well,
because there was, we didn't. So now everything is an open book, right?
Right.
You could just go to Wikipedia. Mm-hmm. You could just
follow them on Twitter. You could
just scroll everything. So people's life is just there.
Yes.
Because it's like, that's what I'm saying. It's hard to say who you don't like and who you don't want to support, because if you knew the real them,
maybe
we wouldn't like anybody.
Correct. And it's the same thing with, regular people. You have your regular friends and stuff like that. You don't mix friend groups. And this is something we were discussing earlier because, okay, back in the early 2000s, early 90s, late 90s or whatever, if you wanted to be out with your friends and stuff, you weren't getting recorded. Nobody was recording you if you were, out doing something you shouldn't have been doing, whatever. In those days, you could, quote unquote, cheat in peace. Mm-hmm. Because nobody was recording you and then uploading it to Instagram.
See, look, I come from New York, so it was easy. It's like you got 5 boroughs. You could have a girlfriend in the Bronx. You could best with somebody in Queens and Brooklyn. Mm-hmm. Chances are they're not going to see each other. Chances are they don't even hang out in the same spots.
Correct.
Like, life is high school, the park, and home.
Right.
The only time you may see somebody is like 42nd Street. That was like a central spot. Like if you went to BBQs and that person happened to go to BBQs at that same time, you like, oh shit. Mm-hmm. But other than that, it was like a big world. So if you wanted to cheat, just date somebody in another borough.
This sounds ridiculous,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
it's what happened because
You could even cheat across the park.
if you wanted to, like exactly for me, being a young person in the early 2000s when everybody was wearing business casual to the club, you know what I mean? If you wanted pictures and stuff like that, yes, there was phones and all that, but it was very grainy. You weren't recording nobody or anything like that. And you had to have like a digital freaking camera and then hit a big ass flash in there. Everybody was sweaty as
And
hell
see,
because
that's
they
the
were
thing.
dancing.
People, wait, and I don't even remember, but I know back in the day, people did still have a camera.
Yeah.
And half of the time, you ain't even go take your film to go get developed. Yeah. So that shit wouldn't come out. And by the time it did, you probably broke up in that relationship anyway. So you was like, I don't give a fuck. But now it's like somebody see you in the club. By the time you get home, you probably gonna die.
Yeah. It's uploaded, you're recorded, and in no way, shape, or form am I advocating for cheating. That's absolutely not.
No, not saying that. I'm just saying, you got to be so careful now.
You have to be mindful because everybody has a camera and a phone and text.
And then with AI, Lord.
Yeah. So it's not like, when you left home, and I was not old enough to, have this problem or have a beeper or anything like that. But when you left your house with your house phone, that's where the phone stayed. And now the phone goes everywhere with you.
Mm-hmm.
And so does everything that comes with the phone. Right. Whether you're out eating lunch, dancing, cheating, smiling, whatever the case may be.
Yeah, back in the day was awesome because you had to have quarters, you had to go to the payphone, you had to have 5 cents to keep that conversation going. Like, ain't nobody catching you. Nope. But then I remember it was a one time where you could get the operator to break the line. But then when I think it was star 67 or star 69, one of the ways where you could retrieve who you called last, yeah, that was the problem. My problems first began.
Well, that's the thing though, is that's still a low digital, you know what I mean? It's not high tech type of stuff. And I was bringing this up because of all the stuff that's going back and forth with Nyla, the basketball player,
the WNBA basketball player who just won a championship.
Correct. And
with the Las Vegas Aces.
And she's broken up with her girlfriend, and there's been
Dejanay Carrington,
of the Minnesota Lynx. And there's been a bunch of back and forth on Instagram and people posting stuff, not Instagram, on Twitter again, and people posting screenshots and all that stuff. And this is what brought us to this topic, is that, as a young woman and a young person, and I know she's not, the youngest of the young, but in your 20s and stuff, nobody's smart in their 20s. Nobody's making the greatest decisions.
I mean, that's where you're supposed to make all the mistakes.
It is. Early 2000s, mid 2000s, when you were making your mistakes in your early 20s, it wasn't on record. Nobody put it on social media for you to be ridiculed.
Because you be breaking that things that's going to forever be broken. Basically, what happened was they broke up. We didn't really know why they was breaking up. They were subbing the shit out of each other. Mm-hmm. Come to find out, people got a lot of footage of her being in a strip club with her homeboys, and they saying that she cheated on Dejanay with a stripper. They're assuming that allegedly. Yeah. But there is footage of her dancing, money. She disappeared for a while, and they broken up. And she was like, I didn't cheat on her. And people like, here's the receipt. So that's what people do. They got pictures of you. Mm-hmm. They can have your face distorted to the side, and they like, you cheated. Yes. At the end of the day, I'm not siding with this one.
Right.
Because you went to a strip club. What do people think happened in a strip club?
And it's exactly right. And that's for entertainment. It shouldn't be a place where you're being recorded or anything like that. But that's what I'm hinting at, is that there's no room for you to fail, in a sense, or to be silly or whatever else.
But this is what I'm trying to say. How you going to tell me I cheated on you in a strip club when I'm there for women to dance on me, and I'm supposed to give them money, and I'm supposed to smack a little ass, and they supposed to put their titties in my face, and they supposed to go get their homegirl and be like, oh, she a big tipper. So now 3 more women come over here. I cheated on you? No, I didn't cheat on you. I went to the strip club to do strip club things.
Well, we don't, again, this is all assumptions based off of pictures. We don't know any of this happened or didn't happen. We don't know all
right, I got you, but we can assume that she went to the strip club and did strip club things. Don't mean she cheated in the strip club.
Right.
And even if she got the money to go downstairs in the boom boom room and get the exclusive dance, still don't mean you cheated. Because what constitutes as cheating in a strip club?
I don't know. And it depends on what type of partner you have. Perhaps, she had a partner that was not okay with someone dancing on you nude, semi-nude. Some people.
Well, then you shouldn't go to the strip club.
Right. If you know that your partner's uncomfortable with that kind of stuff, then maybe the fact that you even went is a deal breaker.
And then that has a lot to say about a person's self-esteem and insecurity. Those are issues. So it's like, if you tell me, oh, you can't go to the strip club because I don't like women touching you, this, that, and the third, then I need to think about some things, because if my life consists of that almost happening, what are we really doing? So, like, she's a WNBA player. She's going to have fans. People going to want to come to her, take pictures. Women is going to be in her mentions, in her inbox all day long. She has homeboys. Yeah. She have homeboys. They like partying. Chances is she going to end up in a strip club. And you do have the right to say what you like and don't like, and y'all have to compromise. But if you've been okay with it from the gate, that's something that happens. Now it's a conversation. But to be like, oh, you can't do it, and that's something I enjoy doing, just because somebody took a picture of me, you gonna have to prove my fingers disappeared
or something. But again,
or something like that.
We don't know the ins and outs of all of this.
Right. So to me, if she says she didn't cheat, I'm gonna agree she didn't cheat.
That's the problem with social media, which is what I was pointing out, is that, anybody can make up anything, anybody can do anything, upload it, and then boom, there is, your life, your early 20s are blown up because of whatever.
Right. But I'm just saying, if you can't show me the footage, leave me alone. Don't show no still shots of me or no 2-second video of me dancing, and you talk about I see that you cheated. Nah.
And this is also what I'm
cheating
talking about.
Look like you see me nibble on the neck, biting the ear, hand on the ass, stuff like that. But in a strip club, your hand gonna be on the ass, your hand probably gonna be some places, and you gonna say some stuff. Cause I when I go to strip club, I do corny shit. Cause I be scared anyway, so I be telling the stripper stupid shit like, you smell good. They want to hear that shit.
I think you are defending her very hard because she's a masculine presenting woman and was out with her friends. And I think you're, really standing behind, no, she didn't do anything. And again, we're not in the relationship, and it's not fair to have assumptions and assume what has happened by pictures and tweets and things like that from people that are in parasocial relationships with you and your ex-partner. That's not fair.
I got you. I'm just saying, I'm going hard because if we start being like, I got some footage and it doesn't really prove anything.
Well, that's the world.
It creates this culture.
We're already in that world, and that's
you know what I mean. Because it definitely ain't working for the Trump administration. Because we done seen pictures, photographs of him dancing with 13-year-olds, allegedly young girls, and everybody acting like he not who he is. But when they release these Epstein files, if it's not redacted, if they didn't shit all over him, we gonna see, because now the proof is in the pudding. But again, when they got this video, these videos do show suspicious things that we could draw conclusions, very presumptuous conclusions, to be like, you're a pedophile. So that's what I'm saying. If you a man and you dancing with 13-year-old and it's looking questionable, then 9 times out of 10 you nasty. But if you in a strip club and a stripper's dancing on you, you get a stripper dance. You not in there cheating. I don't know if those two things make sense. Don't equate. But that's all I got to say about that.
The two things don't equate. Well, the bottom line is what I'm trying to make is, I think it's
I'll just say, people help me make it make sense.
Person. It is tougher to be a young person now than it was tougher for you or I to be a young person.
Right.
Simply because you don't have privacy, because everything is cringe and a joke and everybody wants to take pictures and post it or, send it to their group chat or shit like that. You have no room for error.
Right.
This. There's none.
And sadly, that's why, well, you know what? That's why it was a lot of suicides going on. Yeah. I'll just say, you know what? Because I haven't heard about that a lot lately, like a lot of social media bullying. I guess that's still going on.
It is, and that's sad because
it definitely is, because we watching 47 bully people every day. So that is still going on.
It is.
It's just that, things are being ostracized by other things that we don't pay attention to other stuff. And that's why we're becoming numb to
because
things.
There's so much information being thrown. Like, as human beings, we're not meant for all of this information to be thrown at us at once. That's why, the internet is good and bad at the same time. It's good because you can reach your aunt that's, 3,000 miles away from you, and bad because we have to hear every nonsensical thought in a maniac's mind every chance. You know what I mean? And that's not healthy.
Right.
It's not. We shouldn't have to hear everybody's thoughts all the time.
Right. But what I was trying to say about that is, like, growing up, it's like things had to travel word of mouth and it was much slower. If you did something and people was like, oh, you was digging buggers, you put it on the wall, da, 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 da. And it's like by the, if it happened over the weekend, it took a long time to get to school. Or Monday, people probably forgot about it. Right. But now it's like
it's
immediately. Immediately.
Because it happens to young kids.
You don't even have an opportunity to think about what you're going to say. And that's why most people without, what's the people that should speak for you? What's the people that should speak for Cardi B so she won't be sounding like the way she sounds? So, people who don't have a publicist be sounding crazy.
Yeah. And it again, on the topic of school and bullying and things like that, we have this woman who was trying to protect her children from a mob of children.
You talking about that lady in Chicago?
Yes. Which is just...
She looked like a child herself.
She did, because she was recovering, coming out of the hospital.
And from what I'm hearing, maybe she has a handicap. She has sickle cell.
Yes.
So that means she don't even got the strength to tolerate this.
Correct. When a mob of children, and it's like, my God, what is happening in our society? I mean, we know that it is, but it's really showing in the youngest.
I mean, we know that stuff happens.
Yeah.
But to see it happen the way that happened, and it's like we could say what we could have did. You know what I mean? But it's like, I could be the baddest, toughest daughter this side of whatever. It is going to be hard to fight these fast little kids off. And when I'm saying fast, I mean swift, right?
Yeah.
To knock out 3 of y'all, while 3 of y'all over here hitting this son and hitting that son. Eventually, it's going to become difficult to do.
It is, but
they done swung her on the floor, pulled off her wig.
It was barbaric and jarring to see. And there's actually another case that's gone on about a 7 and 9-year-old that raped a 5-year-old, beat her, left her in a field.
Let's finish this story first.
What's happening with kids is what I'm saying.
Right. But what I'm trying to say is, what they did to that lady was ridiculous. I don't know what the lady did, but I still don't think that was necessary. Now, growing up, I came across some older women or people, mothers, that was very disrespectful. But the way I was raised, I still couldn't act on that. I have to go home and tell my mother, and it'll be like this. I would bite my tongue and be like, Miss Barbara, bitch, you know what I mean, or whatever. But she wouldn't know I said it. But I go home and I'd be like, Mom, Miss Barbara, and then my mother go outside and she handle Miss Barbara. You know what I mean? Kids don't say nothing to no grown ups. I don't care how small, big you are. You could be a crackhead. I'm not disrespecting no grown folk. I'm not out here disrespecting no grown folk. I ain't killing no kid or no grown folk. Right. But at the end of the day, these kids have no respect.
Not give a damn. Right.
Swinging on that lady like that.
I would not dream. As angry as I
couldn't have been the girl walking across the street.
Yeah. As angry as I've been, and all.
The way they attacked her was the way I seen roaches jump on a chicken bone.
Yes. It was like we were watching the movie Ants or something, and they all just collided on her. Like,
these are the little kids and weapons.
Where is the woman from Weapons? Because that's what we needed for this.
We do. I need her to tie the hair around a branch and just break that shit so they could just run with their arms like that. That was crazy. And then I love the way the people came out and supported her.
Correct.
And then to hear her speak was heartbreaking. But what I couldn't stand more than anything was the parents putting the kids on social media to talk about, they all looking for you. Okay, I see you trying to take responsibility, but they not looking for him. They looking for you. That's your son.
Right.
That's your child. You raise that person. And don't get me wrong. You could be the best parent in the world and your kid go to school and they pick up this persona where they supposed to be tough. You working 3 jobs to take care of your kids, and now you got to go to jail because what little Day did. And forgive me for saying little Day, like that's the only name for black people, but I just equate that to a bad little kid. You got to go to jail for that. But again, That's your seed. So shit gotta happen. And then they gonna put the other little girl on there who looked like she was smiling. And then she got the nerve to put on the hoodie to look like a thug even more. Then she gonna smile talking about, bitch, you ain't wiped a tear. I'm so sorry for what I did. No, you're not.
I'm not gonna blame, children. It is their parents and how they were raised.
Kids know right from wrong too.
They do, but that's
if you know how to be out there talking about, yeah, bitch, you know right from wrong. Now they brains is not developed to the capacity to understand the consequences of their action, but you can choose to shut the fuck up. A lot of people could choose to shut the fuck up because it's free.
Yeah, it is. But this is just.
But again, you're a product of your environment. I don't know the environment.
Right.
I'm just saying what I see was very nasty work.
It is, and it's sad, and it speaks volumes to society and what's going on today and what's deemed right or wrong. And it's very disheartening to witness. It really is.
Yeah. And I don't want to be one of those people that say it, but sometimes I am, because I'm quick to be like, it couldn't have been me. But again, I don't know what I would do in that situation, but I do know I'm going to try my damnedest to fuck you up.
Yeah, and I know that, she was doing her best because she was trying, feeling sick.
She didn't even want to fight.
Yeah.
Nobody
expects
she
to fight
had them
children.
shoes on.
Yeah.
They talking about how ashy her ankles is. Leave this lady alone. She already uncomfortable because I know the way them shoes was rubbing on her ankles. Her ankles was itchy.
All right. Now, perhaps, but it doesn't give anybody the right to put their hands on her.
No, but I'm saying, you ever been walking, you had tight shoes on and your corns hurt and you already got to deal with that issue and then you kick my motherfucking toe?
Yeah, that's enough to send electricity through your whole
body.
And just, you know what I mean?
Leave her alone.
It's really sad.
I hope all them kids get what they deserve. As far as a fair punishment. But I tell you what, and they will. But we still ain't see justice for them white kids that was trying to put that black boy through that wood chip or whatever the fuck that was.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, we ain't see no justice for that.
And we're probably not. And we know why.
Shit be killing me. But anyway, once again, just a couple of topics we want to touch on, give our opinions. We not right about everything, but we gonna say what we gotta say. Everybody else do. You know what I mean? But if you like it, let us know. If you disagree, let's talk about it. All right. So thank you for listening, and we check you out next time.
Barbs, don't come for me. Bye.